For Franciscan Beat, I'm Rachel Rander. Grace event showcases student work at Franciscan University, chemical attack in northern Syria, Senate battles over Supreme Court nominee, Trump holds President Xi Jinping, and Russian police check suspicious object in St. Petersburg. These stories and more on today's Franciscan Beat. Academic projects undertaken by Franciscan University students and faculty will be in the spotlight when Grace, a gallery of research, artistry, and community engagement, takes over the J.C. Williams Center on Friday, April 7. More than 40 exhibits will be on display throughout the building from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Exhibits include academic papers, research projects, creative writing, art, video, community outreach, senior theses, and seminar projects. Presenters will be on hand to explain their projects and to answer questions. Small monetary prizes will be announced at an awards ceremony at the end of the event. President Bashar Assad took an enormous gamble if his forces were behind the chemical attack in northern Syria, committing a war crime, just as the U.S. and most Western leaders made clear they are no longer seeking his immediate removal. Though Assad can count on the backing of his top allies, Russia and Iran, he has revived an international outrage at a time when the Trump administration is still formulating its policy on Syria. Key votes are set today in the escalating Senate battle over President Donald Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Neil Gorsuch. 44 Democrats and independents will try to block Gorsuch by denying Republicans the 60 votes needed to proceed to the final passage. Republicans intend to respond by changing Senate rules to remove the 60 filibuster requirement for Gorsuch and all further Supreme Court nominees, reducing it to a simple majority in the 100-member Senate. As President Donald Trump hosts President Xi Jinping at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida, the world's two largest economies and carbon polluters are taking dramatically divergent paths on climate policy. With Trump threatening to pull the United States out of the Paris Climate Accord, Xi is poised to become the world's foremost leader on climate change. Russian law enforcement agencies are checking a suspicious object at an apartment building in St. Petersburg following a suicide bombing on the city's subway earlier this week. Russia's Federal Security Service said, according to Russian news agencies, that the object found early Thursday in an apartment building in St. Petersburg could contain explosives. Residents have been evacuated and explosive experts have started working on the site. Police in the city are on high alert following Monday's explosion. Police on Wednesday arrested 8 Central Asian migrants suspected of working as recruiters for the Islamic State group and Al-Qaeda's Syria branch. The investigators found no immediate evidence of their involvement in the subway attack. In sports, top-ranked Johnson injured in fall, USC extends Enfield, and Ewing introduced. That status of top-ranked Dustin Johnson for the Masters appeared to be in question yesterday after he took a serious fall down a staircase at the home he is renting during the tournament. His agent says Johnson landed very hard on his back and is treating it with ice and medication while staying immobile. The agent said yesterday that it was uncertain whether Johnson would be able to play at Augusta National. Southern California men's basketball coach Andy Enfield has received a contract extension through the 2023 season. Enfield has led the Trojans to the last 2 NCAA tournaments and won a school record 26 games this past season. USC also advanced to the Sweet 16 last month. Patrick Ewing says that it's great to be back at Georgetown as its basketball coach in hopes of creating a, quote, new era 33 years after leading the school to a national championship as a shot-blocking center. This is Ewing's first head coaching job at any level after 15 years as an assistant in the NBA. He led Georgetown to 3 berths in the NCAA title game before beginning his Hall of Fame playing career with the New York Knicks in 1985. The defense has rested its case in the double murder trial of former NFL star Aaron Hernandez. Lawyers for Hernandez called their final witnesses without having the ex-New England Patriot testify in his own defense. The former tight end is charged with the fatal shootings of 2 men after a brief encounter in a Boston nightclub in July 2012. In weather, today expect rain with a high of 56. Tonight, look for a low of 32. And we'll be getting one last day of winter tomorrow with a high of 41 and a 70% chance of snow. For Franciscan Beat, I'm Rachel Rander.